Yeah, I don't know. I think with this team, we're just trying to pick up our play right now, head into the postseason on our best note. And I think this weekend we accomplished something we wanted to do.
How about the power play, just the success you guys had tonight on the power play?
Yeah, we were shooting the puck, so I think that's the key for us to shoot the puck. Last night we really didn't shoot it. We were trying to stand around, so we moved a little bit and got some pucks to the net.
All set there, Robbie? Great, that was. Thanks. So it's like, Robbie, I know the team is fairly different from some ranked players, so kind of screwed it. But finishing the track the last two regular seasons, you know, we saw.
We're not to the finish
Oh,
line.
almost.
But, well, I mean, this group's, I mean, they're all, every team's different, and this team has its own identity. I mean, you saw yesterday where we had two freshmen score goals. I mean, we got freshmen play great in goal, you know, this weekend. And it's taken time for the young guys to acclimate. And, you know, this group, last year was a veteran group that they knew how to deal with this kind of situation, with the pressure. You know, they had been through it, and they were in a Frozen Four in the first year. So this group's, you know, different. And, you know, I think that the young guys are figuring it out, and some of the veterans are elevating their game at the right time.
Did you get a chance to look at the replay on the first period, 1959 goal?
No, I didn't. I just assumed that if they watched
For that one.
if they watched it, then they got it. It's good to get something right.
Jeff, did you change anything on the forecheck or anything after the first period, or did you guys kind of stick to the game?
No, I don't want our guys to change based on the score. We got to continue to forecheck. I mean, for us, I mean, BU does a great job, you know, without the puck coming back, and sometimes we didn't have great dump-ins. I think, you know, puck placement is a big part of a forecheck. If you don't do a good job with your dump-ins, you're probably not going to establish a good forecheck. I thought, you know, we did a little bit better job with that in the second period. Allowed us to be more aggressive, let's put it that way.
How about the play of Peterson overall tonight?
Well, I'm not going to complain. You know, he's had great moments for us this year, you know, and I'm just trying to keep him going right now. We need him this time of the year. I mean, he's got to be our best player at this point in the season, just like any team at this point. You know, you play one of the best offensive teams in the country, you're going to have great goaltending. And you know, our D did a pretty good job keeping things out of the net front until the end. You know, the third period, and when they put a lot of pressure on us, and you know, they got a lot of talent, and you know, they're going to get pucks to the net. So he's got to make the saves he needs to make, and he made some that he probably shouldn't have made. But you know, like I said, I'm not going to complain.
Robbie Russo has obviously been racking up some points this year, 3 assists tonight. Just how important his contribution been to the team?
I think he's an All-American. You know, I think he should be a Hobie Baker candidate, in my opinion. You know, he doesn't get the recognition, but I think that, you know, the one thing you have to understand, it's not just about the points. I mean, we had some, you know, young guys in the lineup. He's babysat some young guys. He played with Jordan Gross most of the season, you know, and he's defended as well as he's been offensive, and that's a rare quality for a defenseman. I mean, you get a guy that's a point guy, generally, you know, they're high risk defensively, but this kid has played as well defensively as he has with the puck. So, you know, and that's why I made him, you know, I couldn't rightfully name him the captain at the beginning of the year because, I mean, he made the mistake academically last year, the second semester, and it just wasn't the right message. But because he had such a tremendous season this year, we made an appeal to our faculty board to see if I could name him a captain for the last month, because Stephen Fogarty we thought might be out for the season. So, and that wasn't the only reason. It was based on he has been a leader all season long.